Hi, I'm Amy Romeo, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make these really fun cutout fall earrings using faux leather and your Cricut. I've designed a fun little leaf pattern and a pumpkin. These are really easy to do. You're just going to use the regular fine point blade that comes with your Cricut machine, and I'll show you start to finish how to make these. The SVG file for this project is in my shop, and I'll leave a link to it for you if you want to craft along with me. So this is going to be a really simple project because we're only using faux leather, no heat transfer vinyl. So I have 4 different colors that I've selected. We'll use the purple strong grip cutting mat. I'll be using my Cricut Maker, but you can use any of the current Cricut machines because they all cut faux leather with that standard fine point blade. And then I have my jewelry making pliers, some blue painter's tape to go with my purple strong grip mat, and some regular earring hooks, and some 6mm jump rings. So let's go ahead and hop into Design Space. We will cut out our shapes for these earrings, and then I'll show you how fun and easy it is to put these together. Starting with a blank canvas in Cricut Design Space, you'll click on Upload, and then Upload Image, and you'll browse to where the unzipped SVG file for this project is saved on your device. Click on it to select it, and then click Open. You'll see a preview of the earring shapes. Click Continue, and then Upload. And you'll see that's going to bring 2 different versions of these earrings onto your canvas. One has pre-cut earring holes and the other does not. If you're making earrings, I recommend you use the with pre-cut hole version. It's just going to make everything easier for those earring holes. But if you wanted to use this design for something like making a decal or a t-shirt design, then you would want to use the without pre-cut holes version. Another note, if you want to change the size of these earrings a lot, either make them a lot bigger or a lot smaller, then you would want to use the without pre-cut holes version and create your own holes. And I will link to a YouTube video I have all about making your own earring holes in Cricut Design Space. So the first thing I want to do is ungroup these shapes so that I can delete the version I'm not going to use off of my canvas. And then I want to show you today how to cut all of these shapes on the same cutting mat. They're all going to cut from faux leather, so I can cut them on the same mat using the same cut setting. And the way to do that is to make everything the same color here in Design Space before we move on to our material selections. So I'm just going to draw a little box here with my mouse around all of my shapes. I'm going to click up here on the color selector, and I'm just going to make them all one color. And that means that Design Space will now put them on one mat to cut at the same time. So I'll go ahead and click the Make It button. We're cutting our materials on a mat. So the first thing you want to do is toggle the mirror button on for your mat because faux leather cuts in reverse. And then since we are cutting all of these shapes on the same mat, but from different pieces of faux leather, we're going to want to separate them on our mat a little bit so that we can easily place our different types of faux leather that we want to cut from. So I'm just going to take a moment and drag these around so that they're in distinct areas on my mat. So I have all of my shapes in different places on the mat, and I'm going to be placing my little different pieces of faux leather down to cut out these shapes completely. Now my purple strong grip mat is not as sticky up here in the top corners anymore, so I've avoided those areas. So if you're cutting shapes like this where they're going to be cut out and a little more delicate, you'll want to drag your shapes to the stickiest part of your mat. So we're all set here. I'm going to click Continue. And I'm going to use the faux leather paper thin cut setting. If you don't have it bookmarked as a favorite like I do, you can click on Browse All Materials and search for it. If you're using the Explore Air 2 machine, you'll need to turn your dial to Custom before you can find this setting when you search. So faux leather paper thin, I'm going to choose More Pressure. And this is a reminder that we're just using the regular fine point blade that comes with our Cricut machines. So let's go ahead and hop back over to my overhead camera and we will get our shapes cut out and our earrings assembled. So I've gone ahead and I've trimmed my 4 different faux leathers down to a size that's a little bit larger than my shapes that are going to cut. And now I'm going to flip them all over so they're pretty side down and tape them with my blue painter's tape, and that's going to help me get good cuts. So I'm just going to take all of these and just flip them over into position based on where my mat preview shows my shapes are going to cut, and we're just going to tape these all down on all sides. So once I've taped them all down, I want to be sure and rub them all really well with my fingers, or if you have a brayer, you can roll over them. We really want these pieces of faux leather, especially for the cutout shapes, to stick really well to the mat. Also, I know this looks like a lot of blue tape, but all of these pieces I'm going to peel up and stick them somewhere on my work surface, and I just reuse them over and over a couple times, so it's really not super wasteful. Okay, we have our faux leather paper thin setting with more pressure set for the Cricut, so I'm just going to load my mat and begin the cut. So my shapes have cut one time. I always like to check and make sure that the cut went all the way through before I remove the shapes. And I do that with a sharp weeding tool, like a hook tool or my little pin pen weeding tool. Now, because the cutout shapes are going to be a little more intricate, I am just going to automatically run this again, just to be sure that those cutouts went all the way through. So to repeat the cut, I'm just going to press the cut button again, and it will run through one more time. Okay, so my cut has finished, and I'm going to go ahead and just check my shapes again, and those look really good. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all of my shapes from the mat, and I'm going to poke through those little earring holes at the top because I used the pre-cut earring hole version. If they don't pop out cleanly, don't worry. You can always use a 1/16 inch hole punch just to punch through those holes all the way. But these are looking good. What I'm going to do is just go through now and remove all of my shapes from the mat. If we have any little tiny parts that are stuck, like right here, I'm just going to use my curved scissors and just trim that apart. I'll go through, remove all my shapes from the mat, and I will clean out my little holes, punch the holes as needed, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to add the earring hooks quickly to make these into some really fun fall earrings. So I've gone ahead and trimmed away any little fuzzies on the edges of my shapes. I've made sure to either poke through the holes or punch them through with my 1/16 inch hole punch. I needed to do that for these, and it's really no big deal. It makes the perfect size little earring hole. I have my earring hooks ready to go, also some 6mm jump rings. So the first step that we need to do is take these earring hooks, and because they have the earring hook at the bottom, we need this little hook to face forward. So I'm going to grip the hook between my thumb and forefinger. I'm going to grip the loop in between my flat nose pliers and just turn. And now our little loop is facing forward. See that? So we need to do that for all 4 of these little earring hooks. So now that I've done that, all I need to do is open up my jump rings here. These are 6mm jump rings. And I like to open them with 2 pair of pliers. I have the opening of the jump ring, I like to face it up at the 12 o'clock position. And then I have 1 pair of pliers at the 9 o'clock because I'm left-handed. And then 1 pair on the 3 o'clock position. If you're right-handed, you can totally do this the opposite way, it doesn't matter. And then all I'm going to do is twist 1 wrist so that my jump ring opens. Just like that. I like to hold on to it with the pliers. And then I'm just going to slide it through the holes on the 2 layers of the earring, and then put the earring hook on, make sure it's facing the right direction, and then just close right back up with that second pair of pliers. Easy peasy. And that's it. Our cutout earrings are complete. Here's another look at both of them. We've got the little pumpkins and the fall leaves. I really hope you enjoy making these. If you do, I would love to see them. I have a free Facebook group all about faux leather crafting, and I will leave a link in the description for you to join. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.